Hi. Hello, Facebook. Hi, my people. Hello, hello. Hold on, I'm coming to find you. I have a little tiny bit of a cold, so I sound a little bit crappy tonight. I think it might be allergies, I'm not sure. Because I don't get sick. Ever. So it's clearly not that. Hey, Christina. All right, I'm doing that thing where I scroll out and don't go share the video, and I take forever in the beginning to go share the video, so hold on 1 second. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hi, say hi in the comments so I can see who's here. Who of my people are coming to hang with me tonight? Hi. Oh my God, I found this really amazing resource that I'm gonna share with you guys too. I just found it tonight and I've already explored it and I'm going to sign up for it. So I haven't actually done it yet, but it looks friggin' amazing. Sorry, I just had to mute this conversation. Okay, so the resource is Quick Learning, Kwik, quicklearning.com. So it's like this thing where you can train your brain. So I used to be in these brain training kind of things online. Some of them are okay and some of them are less okay. Hold on, I have to share this really quick. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I just thought this one was particularly brilliant. The guy that created it, he's absolutely brilliant. I listened to some of his stuff and I'm really impressed by his knowledge and his wisdom around it. So I feel like the platform's really good. I noticed there was one for like learning to read faster, one to recall things, and then like there's like a study one and stuff like that. But obviously I was looking at the reading one. Okay. It is shared. Look at that. I did it fast. Okay, so that's the resource, Quick Learning. Here's the thing. I shared something with my clients, or like sort of been sharing it over the last couple days. And I noticed like every single one of them is like, oh my God, this is helping me so much. This is helping me so much. This is helping me so much. And like every once in a while that happens, something that I feel like is common sense for me, that is just like part of what I do, or it's easy for me. That's funny, Susan dropped the link. You're welcome, Quick Learning guy. There you go, there's some promo for you. I don't know him. So every once in a blue moon, you know, like we forget the shit that's really easy for us to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we show up every day and it's really easy for us, and it can be really easy for us to forget that that was something that when we learned it, it changed our life, right? And so then we'll share something that's just kind of common sense for us and it can change other people's lives. So for sure, this thing that I was teaching my clients this week, I'm watching like the light bulbs go off and it's all supporting them, which is so perfect because it's exactly what I'm teaching in the next group. I'm actually breaking it down to a high level, but I'm just going to share with you guys this piece of it. Basically, it's people who are just sort of feeling like things aren't clear or organized, and they're beating themselves up because every single day, hi Gina, because every single day they're like telling themselves like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this done today. And then when they go to do it, it's like time passed and they didn't get it done, or there's a sense of like, I have to do this, and it's like overwhelming, or it's frustrating because we're doing all these things and then we're not getting the result that we want. So then we're kind of pissed off that we didn't get the result, and then there's like that deflated feeling, and then we're trying to figure out how to remotivate ourselves after we're deflated. And these are all the things that are so easy for me to support people with, right? Because I've been to all those places. This is why it's so amazing to have mentors, right? Like my mentors have already been to all the places I'm stumbling through now, and they kind of laugh at me when I try to make them a big deal, just like I do with my clients. Because when you've already been there and you've already done that, and you already remember how you scrolled out and you freaked out, and you know exactly how it worked out, and you knew exactly what was required to get there, and you know exactly what excuses you tried to use, then it is just kind of, it's like, okay, yeah, you're right on track. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like. And by the way, having someone ahead of you who's already been there say that to you is life breathing. It is so, like, just to know that all the people ahead of me were here at this phase too, and they fucked it up like this too. It's really like, it's good to know sometimes. So here's the concept that I taught them. It's 2 pieces, but the biggest piece of it is basically like, and like unlocking greatness, we're going to break it down in order to, like, and I'm not saying this to sell, just listen to me for a second, because this is important to what I'm teaching you. In unlocking greatness, I'm going to break it down so that the clients are designing their dream life, and then they're basing their daily tasks, which is going to be a task list that they show up for and watch themselves grow and expand. I have a task list for myself that is, it's very well thought out, seasoned process for me to get that task list, because you can have a task list that just completely takes you away from your goals, right? And most people suck at actually knowing what to do in order to build their dream life. They have no idea how to do this. So I'm teaching the process. But here's the biggest piece about it, right? I could teach you even that process that I'm going to go through and teach all the clients in that group. And that starts January 29th. If you're interested, PM me. There's a couple spots left because you get one-on-ones with me, and I'll give you the information. Even if I took you through that entire process and you have this guaranteed list, you fucking know you'll get the results. What happens is people don't, they look at like, I have to, it's all or nothing disease, right? It's like, I have to do everything perfectly or I do nothing. And so the thing that I've been really drilling in on and honing in my clients is this 1% shift. Like, it's 1% each day. And if you can just get the concept in your head that like, okay, just think about this for a second. You can do a bunch of frantic shit and throw it at the wall and hope it sticks, and it's not going to. It doesn't. You'll give yourself an illusion for a second that the shit stuck, but it didn't stick because you just felt for a second like, oh, I'm doing a whole bunch of things, so obviously this is going to work for me. But doing a whole bunch of things doesn't mean that you're going to have success at all, right? Like, you have to actually know what you're doing. Oh, sorry. I had massages last night, and then I had a 3-hour Reiki session today, where I was screaming and crying. I had to punch pillows and do tribal drum shaking, and I had to let all my emotions out. It was crazy. I think that's why I'm a little bit stuffed up today. It was so intense. I had no idea this was gonna happen. I go to Reiki and they don't even touch me. I lay on a bed and they just put rocks on me and spray some oils on me, and they do their woo-woo shit, and I just fall asleep half the time, and then I'm super thirsty after, and I drink shit tons of water, and then I feel tons better. That's what I know. That is the gist of what I know. I'm not gonna pretend to be super smart about that shit. I don't have any clue what's actually happening. I know it's about energy and stuff like that, but I don't really know what's happening, right? I just know it works. Not this shit. This lady, I go to Reiki session, and I'm telling you, it was like, she's like, I was back in fucking boot camp. It's this like little Spanish Reiki lady. She's fucking beautiful, long, flowy, beautiful curly hair. And she's coming at me and like demanding that I go to the next level. She's like, you're still trying to look pretty. You need to let this shit out. And I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? So I did what she said. And it was funny because the first emotion that she was having me do, which were based on the conversation that we had, and the first emotion she was having me do was like, it was all like anger and resentment and stuff like that, because I had this disease called rescue people for most of my life, and I carry a lot of resentment for those things apparently still trapped in my body in other places, albeit the work I've done has been significant in and out of other countries and Bali healers and everything. Like, there's still some stuff in there. There always is, right? It's like always a new level of healing. And then that one, like, I was like, that's the one she kept yelling at me saying like, I'm just pretending, and like, or no, she didn't say I was pretending. She said, you're being pretty. You're being like this pretty girl. Stop being this pretty girl, which like pissed me off, and I needed that. And I was just like, fuck you. What did she say? She goes, you're playing small. She's like, you're playing small. You're holding back. And I was like, I don't do fucking playing small or holding back. So I was like laughing. And then we went into guilt. And then when she did guilt, I just flipped the fuck out. I totally lost my shit. Like, just guilt, you know, as a mom, and mistakes that I've made, or like decisions that I've made as a child that like affect my children now, just stuff like that. A lot of like guilt that was in there, and I just went absolutely buck shit wild. And I like remember when I finally like came to, and I was like sweating, and I was like crying, and she was standing there, she just had this big grin on her face, and I was like, am I ugly now? It was so good. And then it was like an hour-long Reiki session after that, the one that was familiar. Like, I'm familiar with them doing whatever the fuck they're doing with the rocks and oils and hands. And then she did that. It was so good. And then I took a like 2-hour bath in salts. It was so good. And I got a massage last night with a foot rub. That was epic. So that went down today. And you know what came up for me? I'm going to get back to the 1% thing, because that's actually really fucking important. So if I say I forgot what I was saying, that's what I was saying. But you know what I remembered today? That was like, I teach my clients And it's really true. The reason that you're not stepping into the next level version of you, the reason it's taking time, the reason that you're frustrated and you're struggling is because there's resistance on your path, right? And there's only resistance there because you're putting it there. And I don't mean you put it there before. It's not like you put it there one time, like I came up with all these excuses, or I put this resistance here one time and now it's still there. If it's there, it's because you put it there right now. You have to actively be putting it there. It doesn't stay there, right? Like that's shifts and flows as you do. So it means you're actively putting resistance on the path right now, over and over and over again. So there's like this awareness, this high level version of what you know you're called to be, and then we shift our focus off of what we know to be true, what we know is fucking true. We know that that's meant for us. We know that that's the path. We know that thing was a hell yes. We know that that thing was a fuck no. We knew these things and we instantly knew them. Like within 5 seconds of hearing something, you have perfect clarity in those first 3 seconds. And after that is when all the other shit comes in. That's when the patterns and the old trauma and the beliefs and the stories and the habits, and that's when all that shit floods in, right? So in the beginning, you have that perfect amount of clarity. And the only reason that you don't step into doing that is because you're in the habit of not being decisive in that fucking moment, right? So here I am doing this Reiki stuff, and I'm laughing because I teach my clients day to day the only reason you're not stepping in is because you're afraid to feel something. There's something that you don't want to feel. You're afraid to feel it. Most of the time people are afraid to feel it because they think it'll hurt them or kill them, or they think it'll make the world unravel, something bad, or they just don't trust how they will act when they feel it. So like, if I'm around someone who takes advantage of me and I feel triggered like someone took advantage of me, I might go home and be depressed. I might binge eat. Whatever the behavior is that they don't want to see themselves do, they want to avoid thinking of themselves that way, so they avoid feeling the feeling. Now I'm pretty fucking good at feeling my feelings, right? Like I'm really good at feeling my feelings. Hey, Jackie. So I was pretty surprised that there was that much feeling still left in there. And I think the lesson for me today at the Reiki session was just like, yeah, you're being pretty. Like you're doing like the pretty version of feeling your feelings. And like, I thought I was a badass at it, but there's a whole nother fucking level that I was completely unaware of. And I like made a decision in that moment, like I'm unavailable for not fully feeling my feelings. So like I thought I was, and now I just learned there's a whole nother level in there of me being able to do. And I'm not going to wait until a Reiki session every 3 months. I'm doing that shit daily. So that was my lesson today from my cracked out Reiki session. That was so insane. Okay, so back to the 1%. Listen. Let's say every single day you picked 3 tasks that you were going to do for your personal life and 3 tasks that you're going to do for your business, right? Which is a pretty common thing that I hear. Now, if you actually stuck to that versus doing 27 frantic things to try to throw at the wall, or telling yourself you have to do 27 frantic things that you're throwing at the wall and then going to fucking numb out on Netflix instead, how much further do you think in your life if you're doing that 1% every fucking day? One of my clients who just became a diamond, love her, said something absolutely brilliant today. She said, she's like, at the end of the day, if I feel like I didn't grow that day, if I didn't shift that 1%, I'm like, okay, what can I do right now before I even go to bed just to move that 1% ahead, right? And like other people I've heard say, if I get those 3 personal things done and those 3 business things done, then I feel like I won the day, like I did a fucking good job. And so the power of, okay, there's 2 important things here. One is, if you give yourself credit for what you do and you recognize that I showed up 1% today, I grew 1% more. Everything that happens to me, it's like, no matter what the fucking situation, and I really mean this, I'm so genuine when I say this. Everything that happens or I go through, whether it's even like a messy divorce or something painful really happened, or I made a really huge mistake, or I let somebody down, you know, that shame feeling when you let somebody down, or you don't show up the way you wanted to, or whatever, you feel like you didn't do the best you could. Every time one of those happens, or if I just have a shitty day even, which is sometimes even worse than events, it's just like a shitty day for no reason, those can beat you up worse than the other ones. Every time I have a day like that, I only ask myself one question. The only question I ask myself that makes me feel better is, did I grow today? Like, can I see, did I get stronger? Did I get wiser? Did I get faster? Did I learn a lesson? Did I shift back on track? Did I learn what not to do? Did I, advance in some level in some area of my life? And 9.9 times out of 10, I can pinpoint how I grew, got faster, learned, shifted, expanded, got better, got stronger mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever the thing is. And I feel better because I'm like, I'm winning. I'm winning the day. I fucking won today because I knew I see how I grew. Whatever the situation is, right? Whatever the fucking situation is, I shifted 1% today. And like my client said, that I never even thought of, because I just, that wouldn't work for me. I need to feel like I won the day in the morning. That's what works for me. But literally, if I did go through an entire day, just knowing that I could show up for that 1% at the end of the day and still get the results, because if you do that for an entire fucking year, screw entire year. Imagine if you just did it in the Unlocking Greatness group for 6 weeks. You just showed up shifting 1% for 6 weeks. Clear, decisive, well thought out, mature business plan and system that you're using every fucking day. And the power behind this, whether you join Unlocking Greatness or not, is not the thing, right? Of course, that's a structured way, and you're going to get 10 times more results because you have mentors and support and other people doing the same direction. That's just how it works. But it doesn't matter. My point is that if you had this mature, well thought out, designed business plan that you knew would bring your dream life, because if you just show up and do those things every day, what happens is exactly what I did for me, which is why I created this program. It's so powerful for me to watch myself expand and grow and to be able to handle more and more and more and more. And so what happens is, as I accomplish something on my list that now is kind of a no-brainer, it's just part of what I do, I don't have to like remind myself, it doesn't have to be on my list anymore. That one gets removed off the list, and a tougher, newer thing gets put on the list. And so the list keeps getting tougher or longer and harder, but it feels the same. It doesn't feel tougher and harder or longer. It feels really easy. And so when I go look at that list that has like 37 things on it, and I can bang all of those out before 11 o'clock in the morning, including all of my self-care and everything, which, by the way, I can't ever do it by 11. It's definitely 12. The goal is 11. It never fucking happens by 11. It always happens by 12. So if I can bang 37 things out in a powerful way that way, like things other people would squirrel out about one of them, and I can do all of those by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, do you know what that feels like? It feels so fucking amazing. It just feels incredible. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but that happened because I allowed myself to start just looking at growing 1% and actually having that seasoned, well thought out, mature list that I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know exactly what my system is. And then I'm doing that each day, and I allow myself to strengthen and get stronger and stronger and stronger. And then you start to recognize this 1% a day, this just showing up and doing it again, showing up and doing it again, just allowing myself to get a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, handle a little bit more, be a little bit like, this just becomes so easy, so easy. And you're shocked at how much you can accomplish and do, and it feels so easy. And I used to be mystified as to how that happened. I didn't know how people could make that happen, and now I finally do. I see that this is how we make it happen, right? And part of that is being able to remember and know that you're actively putting things in your path to stop you from that growing and expansion and hitting that 1% each day. Thank you, Susan. So this is the concept that I taught my clients that is changing their life actively, that is easy for us to overlook and can be implemented at any fucking time. And it's important for you to be mature enough to know which parts you squirrel out at, which parts are you having trouble with, where is it that you're going off track, right? Like, you can't just look at the whole thing like it's all one thing. It's not one thing, it's pieces of a thing, right? It's like pieces. Look, you can even just look at, like, go on my at Miss Mandy Perry on my regular page, or even on my business personal page, my public figure page here, and look at the PSs in my posts, right? The PS is my call to action at the end of every post. Even just look through the steps on there. If you're just looking through the steps of like, oh, these are the pieces that are required for me to get there, you can get a general idea like, okay, now I kind of I'm seeing, like, even just looking at the sales page is going to help you. That's valuable information right there. That's valuable steps that took me a long time to figure out, and a lot of going in and diving hard. And you can see like, okay, so this is the stuff that I would be required to know. in order for me to be able to wake up every day and know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, and then have that confidence of knowing that just that 1%, just knowing and being able to put your finger on and see and feel that thing that grew, that thing that expanded, that thing that got to the next level, that is how you're going to crush life. And as long as you're in integrity showing up with that today, you don't have to fucking worry about the results, because you know they'll happen. Of course they'll happen. Obviously they'll happen, because you can't be in fucking integrity with your highest level self every fucking day and not get results. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. I go to the gym every single day, or I cycle, I go to tilt, or tilting is cycle here. It's like this, tilt is like the cycle class where the bikes turn. I go to the HIIT classes, I go to the hot yoga, I go to the gym. I rotate those all week, every fucking week. Obviously, I'm gonna get results. I can't do that and not get results. I eat fairly healthy. It's not perfect, but I eat fairly healthy. It should be a lot higher level, so I just pulled in resource for that. I do my blogging every day. I do the emails every day now. I didn't used to do that. That's part of the 1% process right there. The shit I'm teaching you is exactly how I got to the place where I'm finally sending out emails to my email list consistently. I didn't. It was sporadic before, because it was a thing I was scrolling out on. And by doing the system that I'm teaching you right fucking now, that you'll learn by just looking at the information on the PS on my page, or that you're going to learn in detail and go through the process with me to make sure it's fine-tuned and make sure it's a motherfucking fit for you in the Unlocking Greatness program, is how I got to the place where I now added the emails. And I'm trying to think of the other stuff. I can look at it right here. This is how I do my list. I was actually taught by my mentor, Kat, taught me how to do this. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? So like all the grayed out stuff is everything that I did, right? So there's like, as I go through this, there was like, and I put the ones that I couldn't get myself to do in pink, and I would watch day after day, those ones would be in pink. And then it would be like the other ones would slowly get faster and stronger and stronger. And then of course, as I was doing that, then I got to the ones that were pink, and I started checking off the pink ones until I got every single one of them done. And I was like, oh my God, I get to now add something. And now my business is going to continue to expand, because I'm just constantly adding and adding. And it's well thought out. It's organized. It's correct, right? It's one that's going to get me the fucking results based on my dream life and my vision and my purpose in life, not some cookie cutter fucking system. And this is how that accelerated pace happens, and that's all stemming from understanding that 1%, just the 1% shift every single day. This isn't about having to fucking, change your whole life in 2 seconds. This is about showing up relentlessly at that 1%, which will change your whole fucking life, especially when that's the way we show up, and that's just the new way of being. And the way I think now about it will bring me massive levels of success. I have finally wrapped my head around hitting 2 million this year. I know that will happen now, and that's all based on this right here, because the confidence that I built watching myself strengthen and get faster and faster and faster through the system that I'm going to teach you guys. It really is fucking epic, which is why I'm flipping the fuck out about this program. I have never promoted a program like this. I am crushing my schedule to allow these one-on-ones because that's how fucking much I believe in this. I actually opened up more spots in Unlocking Greatness because it's selling really well. There's epic fucking people in there, and I'm taking these one-on-ones. So this is a big commitment for me with you guys. I fucking love one-on-ones, but it is a big commitment for me to have a bigger size group for this, in the next 6 weeks as we begin doing this. But that's how fucking much I believe in this. I know people are going to fucking crush life having this system and the mindset that I'm going to teach you to back this up. And not only that, I'm going to teach you how to 10x your investments moving forward. I'm going to teach you all the shit that you need in order to have that feeling of like, I'm crushing life. I'm going to scale to multi 6 figures. I'm going to get on track for 7 figures. I'm going to hit my first 6 figures, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. It's all the same. And it's so fucking easy. And by the way, it's based off of everything you truly actually want, which gives you so much motivation. Yes. I know, it's fucking epic. So yes, get your ass in the group. Like, you need to be in the group. You need to be in this fucking group. This is the group. This is the one. This is the one where I don't care if you need to sell your shit. I don't care if you need to have a tough conversation with your husband. I don't care if you need to increase your credit card limits, or you need to just go fucking generate the fucking income to invest in this program. You need to get your ass in this program. This is a program that will change everything. It's fucking awesome. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so excited for it. So if you're interested and want the details, just PM me. My team dropped the link below. It's not the brain one. That was just a resource that I happen to like. It's the other one. Okay. I hope you tremendously enjoyed my story about all the shenanigans and mayhem. Shenanigans. I fucking hate that word. But all the people I hang out with say it, so I end up saying it. It's like y'all. Like when you hang out with people that say, I still say y'all, and I haven't been down south. Well, I guess I technically live down south, but nobody really says y'all here. I haven't been down in the Midwest South or in Carolinas where they all say y'all in a long ass time, and I still say y'all. I even say it in my marketing and in my emails. So I say shenanigans. All right, hold on. Let me look at the comments. Holy epic healing sesh. Yes. Yes, Christina is crushing it. I'm so proud of you, girl. I see you. I see you. I'm tracking you. I see you, girlfriend. Oh my God, what a good day. 3 hours of Reiki and now and a 2-hour bath and reading. Of course I'm reading Women Who Run with Wolves, because why not? I'm reading that book again for the 100th time because it makes me feel like a wild, free, crazy, soul epic woman. And I fucking love it. Okay, that is all I had to say tonight. I hope that served you. I hope that helped you. If this video, if you got value in this video, please share it so that the people who are meant to find me can find me. If you're new to me, please say hello below so I can stalk your shit and say hello to you. I love learning my new people that join my audience. I try to track with you guys as much as I can. And if you're with my tribe, just send me some love. All right, guys, have a fantastic night. I'll see the rest of you in the group. Love you.